more in between. I do feel like if you're a pro and creative, you kind of have to be also a pro on the business side as well. It just kind of seems like that's all inclusive now, isn't it? But I'm going to be kind of showing you our MX master line, which is truly people who are kind of, mastered their craft. It's in, kind of the theme of the series. But we've got webcams, we've got this fun, you might not know what this is. This is the MX Creative Console, which basically gives you some extra buttons here. People have, there's some really great reviews on it. I'll read some of the reviews during the stream because this one is very popular, especially with photographers. If you're looking for any sort of gift for any photographer in your life, this is definitely a contender because of all the different ways you can use this with Photoshop, Lightroom. Those are pretty much the industry standard, I feel like, for photo editing and things like that. So this works amazingly with Adobe, Photoshop, Premiere, things like that. But we'll get into that after. But of course, the star of the show at the moment has to be the MX Master 4. This is our newest release here. This one's like gone, I feel like, pretty viral. It's been quite popular since its release, but this again is the MX Master 4. This is our newest MX Master mouse. It was released about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, so truly it's a very new mouse. Actually, yeah, was it? I think it was released on September 30th, so it's, or maybe a bit before, but it's incredibly new. And this one, of course, will give you, optimal performance. This is our performance mouse. If you ever kind of perused any sort of like subreddits of people who are like, what's a great mouse for, software engineering or things like that, you will find this mouse being mentioned by name, and now we have a new version of it. So I want to say the biggest change, the newest feature, I guess, they're not reinventing the wheel. It does look very similar, but this does actually have this new feature right here. So basically this part here is the biggest change because it has haptic feedback. Basically, if you're clicking to drag something to snap to a scale or anything like that, you'll feel the snap, like you'll feel the attachment and things like that. So this has a very responsive, and it all happens in this little pocket right here. Is you can feel it. So when your thumb is resting down here, you can basically feel that haptic feedback in real time directly when you are using this mouse. And really, you kind of just have to try it out for yourself. It's for me, it's harder to describe because it's like a feeling. I compare it to when I'm, seldomly when I play video games, and in video games when you are like going over a bump or stuff like that and you can kind of feel it, or maybe somebody's like shooting or something like that, then you can feel it. It's basically like the same thing, but it'll be for obviously not gaming. It'll be for like different actions on your computer. But yeah, the reviews on these have been really great. People say that the mouse is very smooth. They've made it even more smooth, I feel like, than the previous 3S model. And I think that's because the little pads on the bottom here are a bit bigger. And honestly, the bottom of this reminds me of our gaming mice. So we actually make a gaming mouse called the G502X. And it has a similar shape if you flip this over, and obviously the G502X, it's a gaming mouse. You really want your gaming mice to be very smooth, glide super well, and it's cool to see those kind of aspects in our personal workspace mice, because obviously it works really well for gaming. So as you can see, it also would work really well for, lifestyle and performance mice like this. So of course that's lovely to see as well with our, mice here as well. But we also have, let's see, so I'm going to read a paraphrase, I guess, a bit of a review, because this one I think is really great. People say, the mouse is buttery smooth, the clicks are soft and silent, the accuracy is pinpoint, and it brings more features than I'll probably ever use, but the ones I do use are excellent. Battery life has been amazing as well. Yeah, so people have had their first MX mice for so long. You'll have this mouse for a very long time. These do last, and I feel like this is a great return on your investment. Honestly, is how much is this mouse? $119. If it lasts years, I feel like that's cents, dollars per day. So in my opinion, that's worth it. I do take my workspace and things like that very seriously, and I think it's an important aspect of your work. So let's read another one. This is from a user named Julia. She says, I'm so impressed with MX Master 4 wireless mouse by Logitech. It's so comfortable to use, it glides so smoothly, and the ergonomic design feels great in my hand. The battery life lasts for weeks. The precision is incredible and connectivity is truly amazing. I thought my old wireless mouse was pretty good. Well, I was totally wrong. The MX Master 4 is on a whole nother level. This mouse is so innovative, durable, and time-saving. It makes my life so much easier whenever I'm switching between hyper-fast and pixel-perfect scrolling for ultimate precision with the fastest mag speed wheel. I also love quiet clicks. I'm happy with this wireless mouse and recommend it to everyone who's looking for the most advanced, comfortable, and innovative mouse to save time and make their life easier. That's such a cute review. Very well thought out. I like that she pointed out that you can switch between 2 different scrolling modes. So as you can see, there's the free spin, but then you can press this button and then it goes to the precise mode. My mouse isn't on right now, so I don't think it'll do it, but yeah, so you can switch basically between the free scroll like that. So this will kind of this is the one where if you want to scroll 1,000 lines per second, this is what you want to enable. So of course it'll just keep scrolling if you're looking for that. Or if you want to switch, you just press this middle button. It's very easy to reach. So if you're actually using the mouse, you can just kind of go like that. And then this is where it'll give you the more precise, pixel perfect, as she says. It's kind of a cute way to say that. But yeah, you can kind of do the individual scrolling. So it'll have that kind of responsiveness where it stops. So it'll kind of go 1, just like that. But then again, you can switch back to just free scroll. I think for me, I typically leave it on the single precise one. Oh yeah, because if you want to just do the free scroll, if you just kind of go faster, it's a very responsive wheel, so you're not locked into either. So that's why I keep it on the precise mode, because I feel like that one, you can easily switch to free scroll, whereas when you have it just free like that, it's just different. That's what I prefer. If you're not familiar with the MX Master, this actually, you might not even know what this is, so I'll introduce this little guy right here. This is actually a horizontal scroll wheel. So kind of for those longer wider web pages, wider Excel spreadsheets. As you can see, you want to go this way, you can go this way. So you can basically go back and forth on your mouse here. The scroll wheel is so nice. This one's really great. So I'm just using this on my, I'm just scrolling on Amazon right now with my mouse. But the haptic feedback is really, really neat. I feel like it brings almost like your computer actions. Like I feel like it brings it's more immersive. It's very interesting, like to bring those kind of like more typically gamer features, and then like bringing that to just our everyday workspace, I think is really neat. And it's cool, like change or a cool like step in personal workspace and things like that. So but yeah, so we also have the haptic sense panel, which is right here. And if you can see this little ring right here, this is actually called the actions ring. You can see that. I actually didn't put my light that should be directly above my camera, so I apologize for that. I'll get that sorted, but I'll just bring my light up here. Usually I have an overhead light, but I didn't today, but I'll just kind of show you. So right here, if you can see right there, is the actions ring. So you can actually press that with your finger. So you'll press that, and then that will bring up basically a ring of different things that you can set. There's set shortcuts on your computer screen, or you can obviously switch them out for things that you use more often. But this one, yeah. Oh, also, I feel like it is more smooth. So like, for me, I have used the MX Master 3S. If you're curious about like, oh, what are the, biggest differences? What's kind of the same? Obviously the actual design, or the general design, they didn't change because it was already great. And it's like, I feel like people would be really upset if they actually like completely changed everything, but really they just added some neat features. Haptic feedback, number 1, is the biggest update. So that kind of vibrations and things that you get. Actions wheel. This also has a third button here. So if you ever wanted more buttons on the MX Master, this one actually has an additional one. So you've got third. There's a bit bigger pads on here for a more smoother, glidey experience. Still same USB-C charging. The clicks are quieter as well. I don't know how they keep making them quieter. They are quieter. So they're even more silent than they were before, and they already were pretty silent. But these are just... Oh, I can hear a squirrel outside my window, so sorry if you can hear him. But if you don't have squirrels where you live, I did not know that they are so noisy. Yeah, okay. Anyway, so let's look at, so yeah, that was our MX Master 4. Again, I wanted to spend a good chunk of time on that because this is one of our, is our newest addition to the MX series. And of course, this also comes in multiple colors. If you're looking for, of course, graphite, we've got graphite. We also have it in white as well. Where's my white one? I do have a white one somewhere, but it looks similar to this one here. And I have one in the box as well, so we'll have to maybe do another unboxing because I have another MX Master 4 in the box, so maybe we can do another MX unboxing stream again, so which is always fun. The unboxing streams are always nice. If you're like me and maybe this is just slightly too big for your hands, I opt for the MX Anywhere. So as you can see, this is a lot more small hand friendly. This is kind of what I opt for because, again, I've got small hands, but I still love the scroll wheel. Like, I love the quiet clicks. I love the scroll wheel. I like the aesthetic. I think these ones look super professional. But this is actually, so the name MX Anywhere means you can use this anywhere. You do not need a mouse pad. This does not require a mouse pad. And that gives you, you know, so much freedom to bring it anywhere you want. It's definitely, you know, travel friendly. I've brought my MX Anywhere mice on multiple flights, road trips, put it in a backpack. Sometimes I'll, you know, put it in a bag. Sometimes I won't. I'll just like throw it in my backpack and it's been completely fine. But this is definitely a great travel mouse for people on the go. Again, the size of it I feel like is nice. There's no like big parts again that will kind of snag or anything like that. The materials that it's made of are very high quality, so you're not going to get scratches or things like that on, you know, your prized possession. I love my little MX Anywheres. I think I have them in many different colors at this point. Do I have one in here? Do I have my behind the scenes of the, what do I have in here? That's so interesting. I've got some signature mice in here. We're not looking at these today, but I have an MX Anywhere somewhere. Where'd it go? Where did it go? Oh, actually, what do I have in here? I haven't been home in a minute, so I'm just like rediscovering what I have in all my little drawers and stuff. Oh, I've got a 305 mouse for some reason up here. Might have to do a little bit of organizing, a little organizing. But the MX Anywhere 3S, this one also has two little side buttons here, again, which you can customize to so many different things. Your common actions, I like doing backwards or forward and backward when you're browsing web pages. That's probably my most used backward, forward. Copy and paste. I used to use that, but I've kind of started using copy and paste on my keyboard. That works a bit better for me. So then I made my keyboard. I'll do copy and paste on my keyboard, and then I'll do forward and backward on these two side buttons. You could even make these your volume buttons. I've seen someone on TikTok do that, where it's like they'll do this as their volume, and I thought that was so interesting. So this could be your volume up, volume down. It's kind of intuitive, like now thinking about it, because it's like, oh, up, down, volume down, or things like that. As well, I really like, so the actual design of this mouse, I think is I feel like more premium, of course, than some of our other mice, and I think it's because of the materials. So the side has these little kind of silicone grip on the side, which is really nice. Some of our 650s have the same, but I feel like this one does it the best, just in the shape. Like, I feel like my fingers can really kind of grasp on the sides here. Really great. Yeah, I love this MX. And as you can see, I've got really small hands. I'm only 4'11", so the MX Anywhere 3S is my choice. Of course, this one is great. I love it. I actually find the 4 to be a bit easier for me to use than the 3S. So if you have small hands, you're like me, maybe the 3S has always just been a little bit too uncomfortable. I would maybe try the 4. Of course, Amazon has a really great return policy. So try the 4. I know it's like, you know, you can just try it out, see if it works for you. But if you have small hands and the past MX Masters have just not worked for you, maybe try this one, because they did something with the height of this. I swear that the actual like length of it is a bit smaller and it's just a little higher, which actually makes it easier for smaller hands. So maybe they did make this mouse a little bit more inclusive to people with smaller hands. I think they have done that. That's just my opinion. That's just what I've noticed, that this one is a bit easier for me to grasp with small hands. So, but that's just my opinion. You'll have to try it out for yourself. Okay. Mice. We also have a really awesome webcam in the MX Master Series, check out some of my past streams because I actually was using this exact model. This has also come with me on all of my adventures recently. Because this one actually can stream in really high definition HD, 1080, as well as 4K. I didn't even use the 4K because you can't stream in 4K on Amazon anyway. So I just did 1080 HD. Again, that was bumped down to 720. If you're a Amazon viewer on here, I think I'll let you in on a secret. We can only stream in 720 at the moment. Maybe it'll be higher later, but at the moment, all streams that you see can only be streamed in 720 HD, but it's still, I mean, you know, it works. So, but this is, of course, the webcam that I was using for a ton of my past streams. It's got 2 microphones on either side, and I have to say, for a webcam microphone, this one has our best webcam microphones to date. Whatever we did in 2024, 2025, did a really great job. These are beam forming microphones. Something about it, even when you're far away, it does actually pick up really good sound. This is your indicator light. So when this is white, it will let you know that that your webcam is on. I think that's important to know for privacy. Of course, just make sure that you're aware that you are live, or that your webcam is in use. At the back here, we've got a little, this is for the mount. So you can either use a mount for your laptop, or it actually has a 1/4 inch, 1/8 inch threading. 1/4 inch? 1/8 of an inch. Maybe it's a 1/4. But it does have that like universal tripod thing, so you can actually like spin on a little tripod stand if you want to. So you could actually move this around on your desk if you want to, like, you know, maybe put it over here, so it's not confined to just being on your laptop. This is how you connect the webcam to your laptop. So you want to use USB-C, or if you have USB-A, you can of course use a C to A cord as well. And my favorite feature, this has a privacy shutter, built-in privacy shutter, and this one's really fun. You spin this, and then it's of course completely closed. You cannot see this at all. It's very lots of privacy, definitely peace of mind, especially if you're using this in, you know, your bedroom or anything like that, and you just want to keep your webcam up on your desk setup. You just want to close this. No sneak peeks. You can know that nobody will be able to see you unless you give consent. So, and that would be just by turning this, opening it up, close, open, that kind of thing. And this also comes in 2 different colors at the moment. I have the kind of lighter silver version, but there's also a darker graphite version, which is matching to